Today we're going to go over the top 10 mistakes that Battlefield players make. If you think I missed out any, please leave them in the comments below and make sure to share this video with your friends. First of all, let's start off with the basics. The basics in Battlefield games are often forgotten, especially by new players. Spotting, pushing objectives, dropping ammo, dropping health, flanking enemies, spawning on contested flags. All of these things are important and the experienced Battlefield player will have no issue doing all of them during a game. Some advice for those that are struggling with the basics: try and get into the squads of players that are high on the scoreboard, watch what they do and try to implement some of their strategies. Next up, we have something that has plagued Battlefield 1 since its release: players not wanting to be revived. This is more of a problem in Battlefield 1 as the down player can actually skip revives and jump back to the spawn screen much faster than in previous titles. It's not a matter of lowering your KD ratio, it's more about keeping the pressure on enemies with your presence and allowing the medic that has tried to get you get his reward. Not playing the objective. I guess this has been covered by some of the other points in this video, but not playing the objective is one of the biggest mistakes that players make in Battlefield. In Battlefield 1 you can earn massive amounts of points just from standing on a flag or arming an objective, and in all honesty it's probably the easiest thing to do in the game. It doesn't require aim or positioning, it just requires you to stand in a circle. If you do find yourself at the bottom of the scoreboard at the end of each match, it's probably down to you not playing the objective as much as you should be. Choosing the wrong gun for the occasion. This is really important in Battlefield 1 as the weapon balance is a lot more advanced than it was in Battlefield 4, where a gun such as an AEK or an Ace-21 could pretty much get you by for all engagements. If you spawn on a map such as Argonne Forest in Battlefield 1, most guns will do a pretty good job of getting you kills and points. On a map such as St. Quentin's Scar, however, spawning with a shotgun in the middle of a field would be a massive mistake, and this is often the case for new players, considering that sometimes the game's weird spawn system will drop you 200 meters plus from the flag you actually want to drop into. Being smart with your weapon choice is very important. Next up, we have something that not many people think about, but it is massively important, and anyone that's played Battlefield for a long time will understand this. Not playing in a squad. How many times have you loaded into a game of Battlefield 1 only to see tons of players locked into their own squads? It is very important to get into larger squads as it helps with spawns, revives and other helpful team play events. Playing as a sniper. Spotting things, killing or damaging players at range, and in Battlefield 4 dropping spawn beacons are all great tactics, and in game modes such as Rush, Conquest or Operations, it can help in the push for victory. The mistake players make though is not checking how many other teammates are sniping at the same time. It might be great to have a handful of snipers supporting the team, but having over 50% of your team scoping people from the back of the map is no good at all. In order to win most objective-based games in Battlefield, you have to get onto the front line action and arm objectives or cap points. Sitting outside a flag capture area shooting the enemy doesn't always help, and is often only useful for boosting your own stats. Next up, we've got wasting vehicles. This has been a problem in Battlefield games from the very start. This doesn't just go for the high ticket armour either. Some of the smaller transport vehicles can be super effective at flanking the enemy team or taking back flags. However, many players just waste vehicles to reach camping spots or weird pushes towards enemy lines. How many times have you been in a car in Battlefield 1 only for the driver to accelerate towards an enemy tank and get everyone killed? In Battlefield games, the developers have always made a big deal about gadgets that are available in each class. Take the Recon class in BF4 for example. Placing a beacon or using the motion sensors benefited players in addition to yourself, but loads of players never used them. In Battlefield 1, the problem is even more apparent as scout players rarely use their spotting flares, support players hardly ever drop ammo, and medics often potato at the most important time and forget to revive or med up teammates. The best way to improve at this if you're one of the players that forgets to use your gadgets is simply switch between them at regular intervals, even if you don't exactly intend to use them. I find that having the keys to switch between gadgets well known to my hands means that when things get a bit crazy, I have no issue switching between them, and the whole process is a lot smoother. Next up, we've got being over aggressive in vehicles. During the peak of Battlefield 4, I made tons of videos explaining how to play in vehicles. I've also done quite a few for Battlefield 1. One of the biggest tips I had for players was to never overextend. Balance the risks when playing in a tank or an LAV, and the same goes for Battlefield 1. If you push another tank, do you have the shells to take him down? Does he have a repper? Does he have cover or teammates that might be able to shoot you with an RPG, or in BF1 throw some anti-tank mines? All of these things should be going through your head when you're playing and when you're about to engage a target, and of course if you get killed by someone one time, you'll probably learn from it and not make the same mistake as easily next time. Finally, we've got giving away positions. If you push an objective and the enemy has no clue where you are, you should often wait and try to get as many squad mates onto your position as possible before firing. Quite often you'll see someone get a great position on the map only for them to miss their first shot and then get smashed by the entire enemy team as they turn around and shoot them down. Being sneaky is sometimes the better option. The worst position for me is when I've gone on an epic flank and I'm about to take down quite a few enemy players, a friendly player spawns on me and shoots one of them, they all turn around and then we both die. He's obviously spawned in thinking he can get an easy kill, when what's actually happened is he hasn't clocked onto the fact that I'm on a flank, and the better players on the game will always be on the same sort of wavelength working out what's happening when they spawn in. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below and let me know any other mistakes that Battlefield players make in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.